Hey everybody, welcome to our second virtual hot stove from Johnny's. It's been a while since we've all been together up here, but for those of you who are new with us, have never been able to experience the hot stove before, usually when we come up here once a month during the season, the place is packed out, inside edge gear all over the place, everybody having a good time, talking a little bit of baseball, families getting together, and that's something that we hope to resume before too long. But for the time being, Chris, the general manager here at Johnny's, was nice enough to let us come in and do another virtual show from our room back here. And I'm here with our owner, Todd Clausen. We just wanted to take a few minutes and kind of reach out to you, wish everybody happy holidays, and also just kind of reflect on the year that was 2020, and then talk about some of the things that we're excited about for 2021. As we look back on 2020, definitely a unique year, some unique challenges. I think from my perspective, I would say that they're challenges that we really overcame really well as an organization. That's attributed to all of our families, our players, our coaches. And we definitely did some things this year that we haven't done in the past. We started our year out, our outdoor practices down at Kingsville. Right? We were able to get everybody together. Just talk to kind of what were your thoughts as we were going through that, kind of your thoughts on how that unfolded.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a challenge. You know, we were trying to figure out how to make sure that we could get the season in for the boys. And we got lucky. The Stouts, Dustin and Kelly, stepped up for us. We were able to get fields for the kids, so we can keep with our development model. I felt like going in to the shutdown part, we had a great winter. We had a great winter program last year, the best one we've ever had, as far as I was concerned, in my opinion. And the kids were ready to go. The high school kids, they broke. They went and tried out for their teams. They all did really well. We had varsity players, we had JV players, we had sophomore players, and then the poor kids got shut down. And so anyway, it took a lot of coaches stepping up and going the extra mile and meeting the challenge, and couldn't be more proud and more appreciative of all of our coaches, the way it was handled, and thought we had a really successful season due to the preparation. We were able to still get in, and there was tons of smiling faces like always. It wasn't any different than any other year once we got playing, as far as lots of smiles. So.
Now, one of the things that I feel like we do really well as an organization, and I know that it's near and dear to your heart, is player development. That's, at the end of the day, what we're really all about, is making sure that the boys are always getting better. The situation that we found ourselves in last year, at the beginning of the situation, allowed us less face-to-face time with the players than what we typically would have had in a regular year. So we try to think of ways to overcome that and make sure that our boys have the opportunity every single day to still go out and get some interaction with us and still get a little bit better. Talk to me, and for people that weren't here, kind of give us a reminder about the 4-for-4 stuff and what we did to try to keep the boys busy during that time in developing.
Well, that was something I was also really proud of. Carp, you and Corey Dillman, great ideas. You guys worked tirelessly on it. Just being able to interact with the kids as much as possible. We did, we're delivering pizzas to doorsteps and doing stuff just like we always teach the kids. We're always, we're glass half full, and no matter what challenge it is, we're going to look at the positives we can and do what we can to, create a good environment, and kids, developed and I think had a good time with it. So.
Now, for those of us that were a part of it every day, and the families and stuff, I think we could all see that it was a great effort, and it was exciting to see the boys outside working every day and everything. But we also got the opportunity to showcase what we were doing to the greater Kansas City area. Tell me a little bit about that. Had to be exciting for you to see the local news channel in the building filming kind of what we were doing and talking about the efforts that we were making to try to keep the boys busy.
Yeah, the news, they were looking for good stories and feel-good stories, and I feel like we had a great story. As far as the kids were out playing. you know, and or playing inside their house. But you know, they were competing like what we always do, and I'm really excited to kind of get back to more of the normal.
I do remember when that came on and we were watching it, and you actually saw it before I did. And I remember you saying, you know, we were obviously excited that people were seeing what we were doing and everything, but I remember one comment that you made to me, how you were watching the boys going through the drills. They had some footage of our winter program that they put on the end. You're like, our boys look really good in the drills. And it was like a nice opportunity in the midst of everything else to step back. And it wasn't just that we were keeping them busy, it was an opportunity for us to take a step back, because we don't really get to do that often, and see their progression like right in front of us. And I remember you being really excited about that. Talking about how the news was looking for feel-good stories at the time. I think one of the feel-good stories from Inside Edge last year, those of us that have been around for a while know that it's a very community-based organization. A lot of families within our organization are active in the community, care a lot about the local community. So one thing we decided to do last year was to try to organize a food drive for Coldwater here in Lee Summit. We didn't really know what the turnout would be or whatever, but we rolled in there with our trucks and had people come and hand out stuff at Inside Edge one Saturday morning. When we took it over, we actually couldn't fit it in both of our trucks. We had to get into a third car to do it. I mean, it was no massive, it wasn't like one person came in and dropped off a truckload. It was a steady stream of people. And when we got there, they told us that aside from churches, that was the biggest donation that they had ever had by a company to their food bank. Tell me a little bit about that. That had to make you feel good.
You know, the best part about Inside Edge is the families. I mean, it is, we got good people, and we got really good kids, really with good parents. And, you know, we put out there that we were gonna do this drive, and sure enough, people drove by, dropped off, and we gathered, and then we delivered. And yeah, couldn't be more proud, but also, not to say you expect it, you just kind of know who our families are, and they always step up.
Right.
So
as we transition through the spring, you know, we continued our development with the 4 for 4. We got the exposure on the news, which was great for the boys. We did the food drive. Then it was time to get back on the ball field and do what we do.
yeah,
And once we got out there and started doing what we do, I think it was definitely on the field one of the most successful years that Inside Edge has ever had. And I think our showcase season was a really good year for our boys. Talk to me a little bit. A lot of us are so caught up with taking our kids to their games and stuff all summer long that we don't realize what's going on at the older level all the time. But there's a lot of good things going on there. Tell us a little bit about some of what that experience was like last summer.
yeah, it was different because some of the spots we usually go to, they rerouted us for some tournament plays, but the kids did great. You know, the kids work really hard. They compete, and we're starting to get a good reputation, you know, throughout you know, the Midwest, and we've got great opportunity for the kids, and the kids deliver. They're just good. You know, it's all on the kids. We put an atmosphere together, and appreciate the patience and with all the families, and trusting us, and there's a lot of good outcomes. The kids are getting going to go on to play college baseball if that's what they want to do. They're getting opportunities, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
You know, we had a tremendous amount of success with our players receiving offers or making commitments and getting exposure to go to the next level. One of the neat things that we did this past summer, everybody that follows college baseball in this area knows what a storied program the University of Central Missouri is.
Yeah.
One of the greatest Division II programs historically in the country. And we had a unique opportunity to go down there and do something with them this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was maybe one of my favorite experiences ever since we started IE. I called the coaches with the challenge. We had to reroute a little bit, and talked to Coach Crooks and Alex, and said, hey, you know, we put together an IE day, and so what we did was we brought 3 of our teams down and played double headers, and the coaches from UCM actually coached and evaluated them, and by the end of the day, they got a chance to look at it, a lot of our kids, and we got 4 offers just from that day. And you know, it was pretty exciting. I mean, they were pulling the kids right off the mountain, a couple of them, and then they made offers to a couple more, and got a lot of respect for that university and that baseball program and the men who lead that program. So, but getting a lot of exposure. Our kids are going to go play at lots of different schools, but that was a really special day. Yeah.
And a lot of the success that we had on the field last year kind of resulted in an invitation to join the Premier League. For those that don't know, tell us a little bit about the Premier League and what that was like to get that offer for Inside Edge to become a part of that.
Yeah, the Premier League is an honor to be invited to be in it. Teams come from all over. It's a pretty exclusive club. We're one of just a few in Kansas City, the Kansas City area, that are in the Premier League, and they come from all different states. And we'll compete against those guys, and another chance for more top recruiting to happen for the boys. So, pretty excited about it.
So on the whole, very good summer on the showcase level.
Yeah, it's been great.
A lot of exciting things happening for all of our high school age guys. All right, looking forward to 2021. Every reason to believe that it's going to be another banner year for Inside Edge. Here in about 3 weeks, we're going to start out with the winter program. Tell us a little bit about that and what to look forward to.
Well, we're excited. We got some new managers this year. We got Jarnovic, who's been with the program, but now he's the new head coach. And then we got Sharps. We also got Asher and Lininger and Andrade. Andrade was with us, but now he's the new head. And then we have Carter, who's back. He was part of the program in the original year, and now he's back as a head coach. And then Briley is, he handles all of our pitching, but he's going to be a skipper of the 17U team. So we're excited about those guys. And then we're excited about the winter workouts. The winter workouts is something we try to each season make it better, and we have really good plans to make sure we create a fun atmosphere, and we get a lot of development. Our indoor facility is one that we spend a lot of time on the turf. The best part about it is we get to learn from other coaches. That's why this new crew of coaches, I'll hopefully get to learn some from them, and we all, we just try and as an organization make sure we stay on top of everything as far as what's changing in the game, but also just learn from each other and create a positive atmosphere of a lot of competing. So the kids will come, have a lot of fun, they'll smile, they're going to get a lot better, and usually by spring we've out-practiced everybody. And it's very important to me, practice in the positive atmosphere, and the patience from the parents. I always ask you, please be patient with us, because we're really patient with the boys. They're going to get better, and as you can see, it's worked out for the older kids, and a lot of those kids have been with us since the original year. They're 11 years old, and now great things are happening with them. So I'm real excited about the winter program.
And baseball is can sometimes be a grind, or whatever, years long, whatever. But one of the things that I really enjoy as a coach here is it seems like we always have a little bit something new to add after. So the winter program is a unique time of year for all of us. It's a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and once we get through that, the weather gets a little bit warmer. So then as we transition into our indoor practice times with our teams, we're also adding the element of the outdoor practice at that time. Last year was the first time that we were ever able to get almost all of our teams at the same facility for their outdoor practices, which I know was something that had been a dream of yours for quite a while.
Yep.
Excited to be able to continue that this year. Tell us a little bit about, one, the personal satisfaction that you feel whenever you're out at Hit Park seeing the place covered in Inside Edge shirts, and what you feel like the boys get out of it as well.
Well, baseball is supposed to be played outside. So due to the weather, and we might be a little crazy here, but I feel like baseball season starts in January. And So we start in the winter, and then once we can get outside, there's so much you can teach outside. We're just trying to always work on how do we make our kids better? What do our kids need, or what else can we give them to make sure that they're developing at a rapid rate? And development is number one with IE. We have, top teams, we have some lower level teams at different ages, and that's just fine. Winning is important. We don't run from that. It's very important in developing. I think developing winning players, but nothing comes in front of development until you get to the big leagues. So it's one thing I learned from pro baseball: development until you get to the big leagues, and then it's about the W only. So.
And it really is a cool sight to see out there on like a Tuesday or Wednesday night or whatever. All the fields covered in red hats and red shirts, the guys out there getting better. Teams having the opportunity sometimes to scrimmage with each other out there, which I feel like we were able to do a lot more last year than we've ever been able to do. And I expect that to probably continue.
Yes.
And then, I think what a lot of people don't realize is when we're not working on the field or doing practice plans or whatever, there's a lot of other things that go into Inside Edge. We're always thinking about Inside Edge and how can we do better? How can we make things better? One of the off the field developments that we've had this year is we've entered into a new partnership with Marucci Baseball for our equipment, our uniforms. We've had a little bit of a look at what those uniforms might look like, and we're hoping to give you guys a sneak peek at those tonight. But one of the things that we're excited about with Marucci is the customer experience for the players, the end user. We feel like this is going to create a better opportunity for them to have equipment at their fingertips and get it quick. So just a lot of off the field things. Like I said, I don't know if people realize how much of your time actually goes into thinking about how to make it better for the kids and what things we can do better. But in every element this year, I feel like there's a lot of things to be excited about. Off the field, on the field, the indoor workouts, the new coaches, as you hit on. Just a lot of things to be excited about. We're looking forward to getting back to doing this once a month and being able to interact with everybody and see everybody. I guess so. Just in closing, as you look to 2021, what would your overall thoughts be and your excitement level for 2021, and what do you expect out of the coming year?
Well, I expect to just kind of keep going like we always have. We always talk that it's a marathon, and hopefully we've created better opportunities every year for our kids to develop in a positive atmosphere. And that is the biggest thing in my heart, is seeing them smiling faces. And we need to have positive leaders, and we want positive kids with positive parents, and we'll go kick butt and have a blast, and just want to have a lot of fun. So,
well, thanks for taking some time out to talk with us, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a great Christmas. Have a safe and healthy New Year. We're looking forward to getting back at baseball here before too long with everybody, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thanks.